2 weeks. And then hopefully, as the experts are predicting, as I think a lot of us are predicting after having studied it so hard, you're going to start seeing some real light at the end of the tunnel. But this is going to be a very painful, very, very painful 2 weeks. When you look and see at night the kind of death that's been caused by this invisible enemy, it's incredible.
How dare...
All right, shalom. First and foremost, Kohala Yahweh Bashim Yahshai Bashim Rakrakadash. Double honest to the head apostles of Great Millstone and Ruel. And salutations and honors to you brothers out there on the highways and byways, noise in this road abroad all around the world through the spirit and power of our Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahshai. So, pretty much you heard it right there from the horse's mouth. Trump is saying that this is going to be a very painful 2 weeks with this pandemic, you know? So, in other words, how is it that things are going to get better soon? Because they're saying that they're going to hold people down and lock people down for 30 days. If you're saying that there's going to be a very painful 2 weeks and there's going to be a lot of death, what does that mean? That means more, tighten more restrictions of traveling and prevent from people from traveling or from getting from place to place. More restrictions, martial law, So pretty much this thing is not going to last a month or 2 months or 3 months. This thing may last, who knows, only Yahweh Bashim Yahushai knows that. But, but we're in that time right now. We're in a time where, society's breaking down, things are breaking up, and life as you know it is not coming back. America's best days are behind her. The best days of America are behind her, not in front of her, but behind her. So this thing is just gonna get a whole lot more worse. And like brother's been saying, all over the world and here in Boston, that there's gonna be more plagues. There's gonna be more plagues that's gonna be pushed out. There's going to be more devastating diseases, more deadlier than this coronavirus, These plagues are just going to get a whole lot worse and worse until, Yahweh Shai comes with the holy angels, with the archangels to take down the so-called white man in these other nations and sets up the kingdom of heaven, That's where we have these contractions, these birth pains. And if you notice with a woman, when she's getting ready to have that child, them contractions or them birth pains get more tense and tense and tense. And they don't stop until the baby is finally born. And this is what the phase that we're in right now. When the kingdom, because the kingdom of heaven is getting ready to be birthed, it's getting ready to be set up. Through our Lord Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai is coming to set up the kingdom of heaven, the nation of Israel. The rulership of the kingdom of Yasha Allah under our Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. So right now we're in those tractions, we're in those birth pains, and they're getting more painful and painful, more tense and tense, Things are not going to get any better. It's just going to get worse from here on. And even if, like brother's been saying, even if it does return to some normalcy or whatever, they considered normal, then something else is going to come down the pipe, There may be an EMP that comes down, or, or another extreme terrorist attack, something like that. But we know that we're in those times now, and that we're in the year of prophecy, and that things are not going to get any better, but only get it's only going to just get worse. So let me just jump into this article, then I'll bring us a few scriptures. President Trump, this is, The Hill. It says President Trump on Tuesday sought to girt the nations for a grim reality that will set in as the coronavirus pandemic stretches to every corner of the United States. So this thing is spreading everywhere. I want every American to prepare for the hard days to lie ahead. What are the hard days he's talking about? You know, you already got 6.6 million people out of work right now, filing for unemployment. You know, they can't work. So how are they going to receive money? You know, their 401ks is pretty much down the drains right now. It's going down the drain. They don't have any retirement. So they don't have any income, to sustain themselves. And he's talking about this $1,500 check, pretty much, when they receive that check, most of that money is going to go to their bills, go to paying food, and that's that. They're not going to receive no more check after that. So they're going to be totally assed out. So, let me read that again. I want every American to prepare for the hard days that lie ahead, Trump said at a White House news briefing, because really he already signed an executive order, having the military troops, to patrol the streets, martial law. He already got all of these things in place. Because eventually people are going to get tired of being up in the house all day. People want to go out. People want to do things. People don't like to be crammed up in their homes. People don't, especially when they got siblings around. People don't like those kind of things. They want to go out. They want to do things. They want to go out. They want to, be out, do things, So reading on, we're going to go through a very tough 2 weeks, and then hopefully, as the experts are predicting, we are going to start seeing some real light at the end of the tunnel. There ain't no real light at the end of the tunnel. There isn't going to be no real light at the end of the tunnel. The only light you're going to see are them thermonuclear missiles coming out the sky and destroying America. Because eventually America will be destroyed by way of thermonuclear destruction. After that, martial law kicks in and they force people to take that RFID chip, And the next thing after the chip is pretty much the missiles, because in the process of them, having everybody to receive that RFID chip, they're going to be in the midst of war. Because you already got Iran already plotting to attack America. All right, let me just get that real quick, and I'm going to jump back into this real quick. So this is from the Wall Street Journal. Iran or allies are plotting against U.S. forces in Iraq, U.S. intelligence suggests. So you think the Iranians forgot about that, attack that was carried out on their, on their general official? You think they forgot about that? You don't think the people are crying out for the blood of America for that attack? You don't think the people of Iran is crying out for the blood of the Americans after that attack? Hell no, they want blood. They want revenge. Likewise, if a man invades another man's home, invades another man's home, kills his wife, kills his children, you know, that man will want revenge upon that man that did that. So it's no different with these Iranians. It's just reality. You think they're just gonna roll over and just take that? Hell no. They want the blood of America. They want their blood. So U.S. intelligence out of the Middle East suggests that Iran and Iran-backed forces are planning a potential serious attack against U.S. military personnel in Iraq, said officials monitoring the information. We've been seeing something brewing. We've been seeing something brewing and developing pretty serious, a U.S. official said Wednesday. The intelligence has mounted over a 2-week period, official said. We expect something soon, the official said. Shiite militants such as Kadab Zalabala have been targeting U.S. troops in Iraq in recent weeks with a series of rocket attacks. 2 Americans and a British soldier were killed in a missile attack in March at a camp in Tawai, an Iraqi base where coalition troops are stationed, because they're not playing any games. You killed their top official general. Now they want your blood now. And this is what Trump said. He said, upon information and brief, Iran or its proxies are planning a sneak attack on U.S. troops and / or assets in Iraq. If this happens, Iran will pay a very heavy price indeed. Well, it is going to happen because they don't give a damn. This is war. You started a war. You killed their top official general. So this is war. They don't give a fuck what you say or how you think or how you feel. You killed their top official general. Now they want your blood. They're ready. They're ready for war. So pretty much, in the midst of all of this, this pandemic, this coronavirus, you got war brewing on the horizon. You got World War III brewing, So pretty much we're indeed in the time of prophecy. Because you got war, you got these earthquakes taking place, the 6.6 earthquake taking place over there in the west, So prophecy right now is coming to pass. Let me just jump into the scriptures. So this is Luke chapter 21, verse 8, and it reads, and he said, take heed ye be not deceived, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am the anointed, and the time draweth near. Go ye not therefore after them. But when ye shall hear of wars and commotions, be not tarry, for these things must first come to pass, but the end is not by and by. Then said he unto them, Nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and great earthquakes shall be in diverse places, famine and pestilence. This is what we're seeing, great earthquakes, like that 6.6 earthquake on the Richter scale, that took place in Idaho, I believe. These things are here. Prophecy is here. And fearful sights and great signs shall there be in the heavens, like the chariots. People are constantly seeing the chariots of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. These chariots are making themselves being known, being seen. And not to mention the signs of the time when the moon are, when you see eclipses and the moon turning into blood, those are the signs of the times. Verse 12, but before all these things shall lay their hands on you and persecute you, deliver you up to the synagogues and into prison, being brought before kings and rulers for my name's sake. Because eventually we're going to be taken, some of us will be taken and arrested, like Yahweh was taken and brought before Pontius Pilate. We're going to be brought before these governors, these presidents, these politicians, for the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. And it shall turn to you for a testimony, settle it thereof in your heart, not to meditate before what ye shall answer. For I will give you a mouth of wisdom, which all of your adversaries shall not be able to gainsay nor resist. You see? Because pretty much they can't gainsay or resist the things that we talk about when we go out there on the streets, such as slavery, the unrighteous decrees, the lies about them being the true Hebrew Israelites, those so-called Jews that are calling themselves Jews today, these things. So pretty much we got the truth. We got the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. So pretty much we're going to be entering into a very bad time, which the scriptures talk about. This is Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 7. At last, for that day is great, so there is none like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. We're in the time of Jacob's trouble right now. But you see, the thing is, a remnant of us are going to be saved out of it, and the 2/3 are just going to perish and die. Because he's saying, like I just read, Trump is warning that things are not going to get any better. There's going to be more hardships, down the road, So don't expect things to get better anytime soon, But he shall be saved out of it. For it shall come to pass in that day, saith the Lord of hosts, I will break his yoke from off thy neck and burst his bounds. And the strangers shall no more serve themselves of him, but they shall serve the Lord their God and David their king, whom I will raise up unto them. Therefore fear thou not, O my servant Jacob. That's why we're not in fear. The men of the Lord that are out there on the highways and byways, teaching His word, doing His work diligently and faithfully to the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, we're not in fear, because we know that these things has to happen, because the Lord said the servant is not greater than his master. So we have to go through the same things that our Lord Yahweh Shai went through when He was upon the earth. So we're not in fear. We got the knowledge and wisdom of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Like it says in Isaiah, I believe in 33:9, that wisdom and knowledge shall be thy stability of thy times. That's why we have that calm, cool, and collected spirit upon us. We're not in fear. Even though they may take some of us and we may have to die and lay our lives down for Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, we're still gonna have that calmness about us, because that spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai is upon us, not to bug out. I will save thee, therefore fear not thou, O my servant Jacob, saith the Lord, neither be dismayed, O Israel. For lo, I will save thee from afar, and thy seed from the land of their captivities. And Jacob shall return, and shall be in rest, and be quiet, and none shall make him afraid. This is when we get set up in the kingdom. This is when our Lord Yahweh Shai delivers us up out of this captivity and brings us in the kingdom and sets up the kingdom. And that will be in power, and that none will never make us afraid, ever, ever, forever again, But in the meantime, we got to prepare our minds and prepare our souls for what's about to come, these atrocities that are about to take place. Because right now, we're in a time of prophecy, and we're in a time of, great things happening, these evil times, overtaken. So with that, I want to give all praises to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Rakwakwa, double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone that rule well. Peace and salutations to the Yakim out there on the highways and byways, nor is in this word abroad. And with that, I want to say shalom.